Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. Welcome to Today in L.A. I'm Kent Schockman.
And I'm Kathy Vara. Here's what's happening on this Wednesday, September the 6th.
A family dispute turns deadly. A woman shot to death by her husband in a Los Angeles courthouse. Now a new plan for better protection inside the courts. We'll have a live report.
And the O.J. Simpson defense is on the offense as a jury hears for the first time about Mark Furman and the N-word.
Here's how it looks outside right at this moment. We're live in downtown Los Angeles. A beautiful morning. All the morning's news, weather, sports, and traffic start right now.
Now, Southern California's #1 early morning newscast. Kent Schockman, Kathy Vara, Christopher Nance, Paul Johnson. This is Today in L.A.
And good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Really is a pretty morning, very clear.
Gorgeous morning outside, and we start our new look here on Channel 4 this morning.
So you'll
see some changes going on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, big changes in the weather department.
Did you like the way I had for our new look, that new bad moon rising this morning? Did you see that? Wow, that is a scary looking moon. Hey, here's something else that's pretty scary. Try our record highs for today, and there will be some records. Look at the numbers. Downtown Los Angeles going for a high of 98. We hit the century mark yesterday in downtown LA. 102 for Newhall, 103 for Studio City, 99 for Pasadena. 120 degrees will be the high in Indio, and 84 degrees for Avalon. Boy, the heat is on. It's here to stay. Be back in a little while with the rest of your weather.
All right, thanks, Christopher.
Now, topping our news in our 5:30 half-hour, arraignment is scheduled this morning for the Woodland Hills doctor accused of gunning down his wife inside the downtown county courthouse. Dr. Harry Zelig faces murder charges and the death penalty if convicted. This morning, our Kelly Mack is live at the courthouse where major new security measures are being enacted because of the shooting. Kelly, what's it like this morning?
Well, Kent, it's a few hours now before the courthouse will open, but there are going to be some different things here. The responsibility for security at this courthouse and all other court buildings in the county will now be in the hands of the Sheriff's Department. It had been the responsibility of county safety police, but that old system was, as we found out last week, fatally flawed. There are 14 different entrances into the LA County Superior Courthouse on Hill Street. Not one has a metal detector. It's for that reason that 48-year-old Harry Zelig was allegedly able to carry a gun into this building on Friday and shoot his ex-wife at the base of this escalator. 40-year-old Eileen Zelig was shot once in the chest. She died a few hours later. This child, one of the estranged couple's children, witnessed the shooting.
It's a heartbreak. 3 children. It's really a heartbreak.
Neighbors wonder how there could be no security in a county courts building.
I mean, that to me is absolutely positively frightening. For someone who apparently had a restraining order against her husband, he wasn't allowed to come near the house. He wasn't allowed, if he came within a certain number of feet, she was able to call the police and they came immediately. But this woman at a courthouse is allowed to walk from one room to another with no security? It's unheard of.
On Tuesday, the presiding judge of the Superior Courts building addressed the Board of Supervisors.
I'm very concerned that we provide our citizens with the security so that when they walk into a court building, God knows if there's any place you should feel secure, it's in a court building.
Well, in the next few weeks, the Sheriff's Department is supposed to come up with a long-term, thorough plan for security here, which may include metal detectors. Now, the court's presiding judge told supervisors yesterday that there is no money in the budget for these new measures that may include the metal detectors, but he said somehow they are going to have to find that money. Reporting live, Kelly Mack, Channel 4 News. Back to you.
The budget crunch affects things once again. All right, Kelly, thanks. We'll check back through the morning.
Related story now. Aspiring screenwriter Laura Hart McKinney returns as a defense witness this morning in the O.J. Simpson double murder trial. Pernell Chapman reports that her testimony yesterday helped establish for jurors how frequently former Detective Mark Furman used racial epithets.
Can you tell the jury how many times you've counted that he used that word?
Approximately 42.
The defense claims Furman is a racist and a liar who should face perjury charges. To impeach his earlier testimony, denying he used the so-called N-word to refer to African Americans, Simpson's lawyers played this excerpt from the Furman tapes for the jury to hear.
They don't do anything. They don't go out and initiate a contact. These are 6'5" things that's been in prison for 7 years public ways.
In addition to that taped excerpt, the defense lined up 3 witnesses to emphasize their point. A woman who flirted with Furman, a man who was arrested by him but did not get to testify, and a woman whose roommate dated Furman's partner. Kathleen Bell told the jury she first saw Furman at this Marine recruiting station in Redondo Beach and was shocked by some of his statements.
He said if I had my way, I'd gather, all the niggers would be gathered together and burned.
Bell was followed to the stand by Natalie Singer, who told the jury what she heard Furman say.
He said, "The only good nigger is a dead nigger." I was shocked, stunned. I never met anyone that talks that way.
Vernell Chapman for Today in L.A.
Los Angeles Police Chief Willie Williams says the racist remarks of Mark Furman could open the floodgates to a massive LAPD internal investigation. Williams, joined by the president of the LA Police Commission, suggests at least 100 other officers or LAPD workers could be under scrutiny for racism. And Williams says racism won't be the only issue. He says allegations of crooked cops and detectives accused of forging witness statements against defendants in several other trials also will go under the magnifying glass.
It will soon be easier to buy and sell the self-defense product called pepper spray. Up until now, pepper spray had been tightly regulated here in California, but yesterday Governor Pete Wilson signed a bill that allows virtually anyone to sell it. And the bill does away with training requirements for people who want to buy it. One major control remains, however, use of pepper spray for any reason other than self-defense can result in an assault charge.
The time is 5:36. 17-year-old Nancy Millette says she plans to march into the Citadel and take over where Shannon Faulkner left off. Millette says her goal is to graduate from the currently all-male military school. Citing stress, Shannon Faulkner dropped out a week after finally gaining entrance to the Citadel.
I feel that I'm prepared to do whatever comes up in the situation at Citadel, and then I could do just about anything.
We have no official reaction to that. Certainly people are entitled to pursue whatever they want.
Millette currently is a cadet at a North Carolina military high school. Kathy?
Back locally, some jittery nerves this morning following two sizable aftershocks in the Yucca Valley. This is how the first quake looked on the Channel 4 seismicam when it struck at 1:27 yesterday afternoon. The 4.7 magnitude shaker knocked bottles and cans off of store shelves, but did little damage otherwise. Then about an hour and 20 minutes later, a 3.0 shock hit the very same area. Scientists at Caltech say both were aftershocks of the big Landers earthquake 3 years ago.
Let's take a look at the weather right now. Christopher with us. We have more heat around here, and this morning in the Caribbean, Hurricane Luis moving over some and away from others, so there's some good news.
Yeah, that is some good news. We're going to show you later on what Luis is going to be continuing to do, making its move to the north. Good to see you, Southlanders. Let's open up our AccuWeather window. Here's our live shot. This is the Jam Cam. Numbers, please, at the Civic Center. It is 76 degrees. Can you believe that? 76 currently. It's clear. Palmdale, 78. It is 68 in Santa Ana. Santa Monica is 68 and clear. Bakersfield, 67. And in Santa Barbara, it is 54 and clear. Check it out. This is what's going on. No stage 1 alerts for today, and that is good news, but we're still seeing unhealthful air from the high desert all the way down to the downtown area. The coastal area is going to have moderate air quality, good air quality in our local mountains, as well as good air quality out in Avalon. 103 will be the high today in Studio City. We've got more weather to talk about, and as we throw it back, take a gander. We've got a little honey bear sitting on the desk. I'll tell you more about the honey season. September is honey month.
Ooh, I love honey. All right, thanks a lot. I have to break out the hot tea this morning.
And a little bit of toast, and then we're off and flying, aren't we?
That means let's check in with Paul Johnson, and we've had a couple of really tough days, Paul. Hopefully things have calmed down a little bit.
Things are pretty easy this morning, and even looking a little bit better in a couple of areas. Good morning, everyone. Let's take a look, first of all, out in Corona. Now, this is the 91 freeway. It's eastbound, make that westbound 91, just past Surface Club Drive, 4-vehicle accident. That is now cleared to the right shoulder, but unfortunately, traffic still backed up to Main Street. And good news on the Pomona Freeway eastbound, Phillips Ranch Road to the 71. They had all lanes closed out overnight for construction work. Good news, they have now been reopened again. Traffic still heavy back for about a mile. But that should start to ease for you and move much, much better. Just be sure to keep that seatbelt fastened this morning and drive carefully. See, we got a new look, too. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Back to Kent and Kathy.
And we like it. It looks good. Thanks, Paul.
Coming up here, the tragic murders of a San Bernardino family. Is it the deadly work of a serial killer?
But first, when we come back, you remember the young boy abandoned in a local shopping mall? Just ahead, now his father finds out the price he must pay. 5:39 on Today in L.A.
Welcome back, everyone. A live picture from LAX. Clear skies this morning. The time right now, 5:41. In San Bernardino, the father of little Wolfie Von Nester has been sentenced to prison for abandoning the boy in a mall. 23-year-old Wolfgang Von Nester Sr. and his wife had already pleaded guilty to child abandonment and desertion. 3-year-old Wolfie was found in a San Bernardino mall last June. His parents said they left him there because they couldn't care for him. Each parent has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Wolfie Von Nestor is now living with his grandfather.
Detectives from California and the state of Washington are expected to meet today to compare notes about a possible serial murderer. This morning, Beverly White reports they have a man in custody suspected of perhaps a dozen murders stretching from San Bernardino to Seattle.
Less than 4 weeks ago, Southlanders were stunned by this crime scene in San Bernardino when a family of 5 was found murdered after an apparent home invasion robbery.
And she went in and then she went and checked all the kids and everything. And they're just all laying there on the bed. And she said the girl was like this, like scared. She was just dead. And they're all dead.
Both parents and 3 children under the age of 13 were killed. A 3-year-old boy survived. Now comes word that the suspect arrested for those killings may be a repeat offender. Police believe 18-year-old Sam Reth Pan killed not only the family in San Bernardino, but also 2 men in Sacramento and a family of 3 near Seattle. The victims' home communities are all connected by access to the Interstate 5 corridor.
The investigation is continuing. We're still interviewing people, witnesses, people that may have seen him and been in around him.
The Sacramento murders occurred at this apartment complex where the robbers shot and wounded a woman and then killed her 47-year-old husband and his 74-year-old father. The family sold snacks for a living, but the robbers left without taking a thing. Neighbors say they want to believe police reports that the killer is now behind bars.
Well, I just hope it was him, because one of the sheriffs said that they think it was him, so I'm waiting to hear for sure. It'd be a big relief.
I'm Beverly White for Today in L.A.
Today's weather forecast just ahead. Christopher standing by. He's going to tell us if the heat goes on.
And on the topic of heat, it is back to school with record temperatures this week. Just ahead, how students and teachers are trying to cope and in a lot of cases simply wilting. It's 5:43. At 5:45 right now, it's already 76 degrees. So our long heat wave truly is making things miserable for all those without the luxury of air conditioning. And that includes the hundreds of thousands of students who are returning to overheated classrooms this week. This morning, Wendy Takuda has more on how students and also teachers are trying to cope.
It's a hot first day of school for the first graders in Mrs. McCarty's class. Part of the new routine after recess, a spray of water in the face to cool them off before heading into a classroom with no air conditioning.
We let the kids bring water bottles to drink to try and cool them down. I spray their face before they come in from recess, just anything to help them cool down so that they can concentrate and actually learn.
And that's not easy when the temperature gets up to 99.
I feel like going to sleep on my nice cold pillow.
15 out of 17 public schools in Burbank, including Providencia Elementary, don't have air conditioning. In the back of the room, one fan. But the kids say it doesn't help.
The fan doesn't gives me air.
It doesn't get you air?
No.
The heat makes it hard to learn. It'll cost $30 million to put air conditioning in all of the classrooms. Last April, voters turned down a bond measure to raise the money.
I know most professionals work in nice air-conditioned facilities, and unfortunately, our school systems can't afford to have air-conditioned facilities, so it makes it difficult.
Next year, it'll go on the ballot again. Wendy Takuda for Today in L.A.
We wish we could offer them some relief today, but it sounds like record highs. Huh?
Yeah, it's going to be another warm day. And in our valleys, we're going to see temperatures ranging from 98 for the highs to 110 for the highs. So, you talked about heat days. It's something very, very common in Southern California where they say, well, it's just too hot for school. Well,
too hot to learn.
It's too hot to learn. We're in that range today. It is very, very warm all around Southern California. It is 5:47. Something comfortable with them. If they've got a little bear or something that they like to take on a hot day like this, it's good for them to have a friend. And also the spray bottles, the carrots, the fruit, all something good to help keep them cool.
That'll help the little kids. I'm not sure the high schoolers are going to want to take their
Hey, this
honey
is
bears.
mine, dude.
All right.
See you later.
Thanks, Christopher. In sports this morning, the Dodgers win, but the Angels lose, and the sport of baseball is gaining a new hero. Here's Fred.
Hi, folks. On May 30th, 1982, Baltimore's Cal Ripken started a game for the Orioles. More than 13 years later, he's never missed one. Last night, he stood on the brink of baseball immortality, ready to tie the record no one thought would ever be broken, that of the immortal Lou Gehrig. When Cal took the field at 4:37 our time, it was something he had done 2,130 consecutive times. The record-tying game would come against the Angels. Pitcher Brian Anderson could not have been more accommodating, reduced to throwing batting practice. In the second inning, no score. Not for long, Chris Hoyle's home run to left, 1-0 Orioles. 2 batters later, Jeff Manto followed, home run to right center, 2-0 Orioles. Next batter, Mark Smith pulled one down the line, home run, 3-0 Orioles. Birds were not done. Finally, Brady Anderson made it 4 home runs and 5 at-bats, 4-0 Baltimore. All that would be left would be Ripken making history. Middle of the 5th, game became official. So did Ripken tying Gehrig, 2,130 consecutive games. Fans showered Cal with cheers for 5 minutes, brought Ripken out for 3 standing ovations, and moved him to tears. An extraordinary moment, something baseball desperately needed. And by the way, for the record, the Angels lost it 8-0.
It's not like chasing a home run record. It's not like a hitting streak where the pressure builds with each hit. To me, you just went out there and you kept playing. But because it's kind of moving towards an event, and we're halfway through the event now, there's some sense of relief, but there's still some sense of terror for tomorrow night.
Well, the latest bizarre chapter for the Dodgers. Hideo Nomo had been receiving an escort home from armed security the past month. No threats had been involved. Dodgers took the action after it was reported someone followed Nomo home. Nomo has had trouble with a torn fingernail, bothered him again last night against the Phillies. He pitched very well, but lasted just 5 innings and removed with more nail trouble. Dodgers and Phils scoreless in the 5th. Eric Karros, Dodgers Mr. Clutch, a solo homer, is 27th, 1-0. Nomo watched it leave the yard, and he approved. 9th inning, tied at 1, sacks full. Brett Butler at the plate. He fouled off several pitches, worked Toby Borland for a walk. That forced home Delano DeShields with the winning run. Dodgers won 2-1 and now lead Idle Colorado by 1 full game. That's it for now. More sports in our next report.
All right, you said Ripken has played so many games he should do what?
Take a day off, stay home.
Go home tonight, maybe watch the game on TV. I don't think that's going to happen. We've got some problems on the Corona Expressway this morning. Paul's over at Metro.
Well, the good thing is Cal's not driving on our freeways, or he may not make it to some of those games. We have a little trouble on the Hollywood Freeway this morning. Traveling southbound on the 101 at Alvarado Boulevard on the on-ramp, 2-vehicle collision for you to watch out for. Trouble out in Corona beginning to clear now. 91 the Riverside Freeway westbound just past Surface Club Drive, 4-vehicle accident. It's on the right shoulder, but heavy traffic back to Main Street. And if you're driving inbound on the San Bernardino Freeway, look at the slowdowns westbound from 4th Street all the way into Fairplex Drive. Traffic already heavy and slow. Just be patient. Buckle that seatbelt. Be careful. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Kathy.
Oh, this story is incredible. Heartless thieves stealing wheelchairs. Handicapped campers stranded.
We'll have that story in our next hour, and just ahead, a preview of other top news at 6.
First, though, a couple of girls just wanted to feed the birds. Instead, they created a very profitable business. We'll show you how they did it ahead on Today in LA. It's 5:52.
Welcome back. 5 now before the hour. And what started as a quick way to feed the birds has become a business gold mine for a couple of young girls. Eileen McShay has their story.
The birds gather here all day, every day. It's not the seed that keeps them coming, it's the feeder. Recyca Feeder came out of a backyard family project with 2 girls and their dad who just wanted to feed the birds and wound up creating a company.
One of our neighbors saw it and he's like, well, do you think I could buy one, or could you make me one? And then we started realizing maybe people might be interested in buying them.
And they were. After coming up with a name, label, and a patent, Esther, Anna Marie, and their dad went to work. Their feeder is squirrel-proof, spill-proof, and pigeon-proof.
When we get the bottles, we take off the labels and clean them, and we're going to drill them.
It's at the point now where we are outgrowing our basement. We have major customers, including Finest Supermarkets, Riser Foods, Pet Supplies Plus, and it looks like it's going to be a national product.
Getting here hasn't been easy. In fact, the girls decided to save their old prototypes from the first one that just has too many parts to this one. The milk carton just didn't work. But the 2-liter soft drink bottles did work, and they could be recycled.
Take a screw and the aluminum pull tab,
along with pull tabs and the soft drink caps. But most importantly, the bird feeder works. It attracts and feeds birds for days without a refill, all from the minds of 2 girls who simply wanted to feed the birds. Eileen McShay for NBC News.
All that and squirrel-proof, too.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a preview of some of the stories you'll be seeing today in LA.
I'm Kelly Mack. There are major new security measures at county courthouses. We'll tell you why coming up.
Officers uncover more than $70,000 in stolen government checks overnight.
A mysterious murder early this morning, a human body found at an El Monte elementary school. We'll bring you the latest.
And we'll show you how to find just about everything and everyone you are looking for with just a tap of a key on your computer.
Problems this morning for First Lady Hillary Clinton and her aides as tempers flare in Beijing.
And the rumors are flying over the possible retirement of old Blue Eyes. We'll have the latest on who's saying what.
Outside right now, it is 76 degrees and crystal clear across Southern California. Later on today, Christopher says sunny and the heat goes on. Highs in the upper 90s in the cities, over 100 in some valley spots. 5:57, another hour of Today in LA straight ahead.
Now, Southern California's #1 early morning newscast. Kent Shocknick, Kathy Vara, Christopher Nance, Paul Johnson. This is Today in LA.
A cold-blooded murder right inside the downtown county courthouse. A story still unfolding this morning as a man accused of killing heads back to the courtroom. This morning, lawmakers turned the courthouse security system inside out to make sure this won't happen again.
Good morning again and welcome back to Today in LA, Wednesday, September 6th. I'm Ken Shock.
And I'm Kathy Barr. We'll get to the new security at the courthouse in just a moment.
First, though, we're going to get our second half hour rolling with more on the hot weather from Mr. Nance. There's no relief.
No.
There is very little relief out there. Southern California is looking at very warm temperatures and smog today. Let's go outside. Here's our live shot through our weather window. You can see a few high scattered clouds, but for the most part, that's not going to help cool us down. Take a look at the numbers right now. Downtown is 76 already, Beverly Hills 72, and Cerritos 75. Even if you're wealthy in Beverly Hills, you can't escape the heat today unless you use your air conditioning. I'll also show you our surf maker coming next.
And Luis as well.
Luis as well.
We'll check back.
All right.
Thanks, Christopher. Topping our news now at 6 o'clock, a doctor was arraigned this morning for the courthouse murder of his wife. And LA County lawmakers call for tightened security in our court buildings. A major security overhaul already has been ordered in the wake of last week's shooting. The man accused of that shooting, a Woodland Hills doctor who opened fire on his estranged wife, as witnesses, including the couple's 6-year-old daughter, watched in horror. Kelly Mack is live at the courthouse now with the latest. Kelly?
Well, Kathy, the potential security problems at this courthouse and other county court buildings were first addressed back in 1988. Finally, now the responsibility for safety has been given over to the county sheriff's department, which is supposed to come up with a long-term plan to keep citizens safe. 40-year-old Eileen Zelig thought the courts would protect her, but instead it was inside this LA County courthouse where she was shot to death at the base of the escalator. Her ex-husband is charged with her murder. The divorced couple's 6-year-old daughter, one of their 3 children, witnessed her mother being shot. This child's mother had come to the courthouse to try to seize her ex-husband's car. The divorce between the two Zeligs had been extremely bitter.
She didn't take justice into her own hands. She did everything that she was supposed to by the book in order to ensure the security and safety of her family. And the most blatant disregard for her safety and security was when she stepped into that courthouse where she was supposed to be afforded protection.
Eileen Zelig's neighbor, Pamela Braun, is outraged that the county courthouse has so little security. There are 14 entrances into this building without one metal detector.
And I hope that this makes them change their policy, because not only in domestic disputes do you have to be protected near your home, but certainly when you're going to court.
But I'm very concerned that we provide our citizens with the security so that when they walk into a court building, God knows if there's any place you should feel secure, it's in a court building. And we have to be able to provide that level of confidence for everybody that uses our court buildings.
Well, it was the County Board of Supervisors that voted yesterday for this new security plan. Ironically, it was 1 week ago today that one of the county supervisors met with county judges to talk about this safety issue. That was just 2 days before Eileen Zelig was murdered. Now, her ex-husband, Dr. Harry Zelig, is scheduled to be arraigned today. Reporting live from downtown, Kelly Mack, Channel 4 News. Back to you.
All right, Kelly, thank you.
This morning, the defense in the O.J. Simpson double murder trial is expected to pound away again at the racial comments of former detective Mark Furman. Our Jim Avila reports on all the latest developments.
The O.J. Simpson jury, which had operated in a vacuum and never had heard the Furman tapes, finally got a look at the hate beneath the calm.
Did he ever use the racial epithet, which I'll call the N-word?
Yes, he did.
Can you tell the jury how many times you've counted that he used that word?
Approximately 42.
For the first time, the jury has heard Mark Furman using the N-word on tape in his own voice.
They don't go out and initiate a contact with 6 foot 5 negative in prison for 7 years common ways.
A brief snippet of sound backed by hours of testimony from those who heard the bigotry firsthand. Kathleen Bell met Mark Furman at a Marine recruiting center in Redondo Beach and was attracted immediately by his good looks, but repulsed when he spoke.
He said that if, when he sees a black man with a white woman driving in a car, he pulls them over. I asked, what if they were in love?
And what did he say to that?
He said, that's disgusting. And then he said, if I had my way, I'd gather, all the niggers would be gathered together and burned.
The prosecution conceded Furman's racism and his lack of credibility on the stand. The cross-examination of Kathleen Bell took less than 5 minutes.
You didn't want to help the defendant in this case?
No, I did not. It's a strong possibility that Mr. Simpson is guilty, and it is a fact that Mark Furman is a racist.
For Today in L.A., Jim Avila, Channel 4 News.
And so what did the Simpson jury think about yesterday's explosive testimony? Courtroom observers have a variety of opinions. The defense team is unanimous in declaring that the racial epithets had a substantial impact on those jurors.
Rapt attention. Rapt attention. No question about it, huh? The jury was stunned by the testimony today.
It seemed as if some were perhaps near tears.
This was the first time in more than a week that the panel actually heard testimony.
Civil rights advocates in San Bernardino County this morning are calling a murder in the city of Highland last month a true hate crime, and they are demanding a full investigation. Members of the NAACP are asking the U.S. Attorney General and the FBI to investigate the killing of Michael Robinson, who allegedly was tied up, beaten, and shot by 4 skinheads.
This must halt. The San Bernardino branch is taking a stand by denouncing hate crimes.
We're requesting help in order for us to put a halt to it and make sure that this never happen again in our community.
San Bernardino Sheriff's investigators say they have identified 4 young white males as suspects in the murder. Kathy?
And tempers are still flaring this morning in Beijing, site of an unofficial women's conference. Top aides to Hillary Rodham Clinton were barred from a meeting there, and they weren't the only ones. Thousands of women trying to get into a small arena to hear Mrs. Clinton were forced to wait for hours in a driving rain. The women, including Health and Human Services Secretary Donna Shalala, were blocked by Chinese guards after the weather forced organizers to move Mrs. Clinton's speech indoors.
We have incredible pictures this morning of a nuclear test explosion underground in the South Pacific. The test was conducted by France. The U.S. has already expressed regret over the test. The nuclear device was detonated half a mile beneath a remote part of French territorial waters. Look at this. The force of the blast equal to 20,000 tons of TNT. It caused the ocean surface to heave and foam. Seismographs like these at the Test Command Center recorded the test. The French government says it will complete its current run of 8 scheduled tests by next May. Again, the U.S. not happy about that.
In Las Vegas, 3 police officers face arraignment today for the alleged beating of a homeless person at a local hotel. Surveillance video from the Fremont Hotel shows officers punching 39-year-old Andrew Dersh. Police were questioning him about a purse snatching. The tape then shows Dersh being dragged into a back room where further beating allegedly took place. The 3 officers have been arrested in connection with the assault.
The time 6:06, back locally now, a story that's truly hard to believe. A group of handicapped people without wheelchairs this morning because somebody stole those chairs. Tina Bigley's motorized wheelchair was one of those stolen over the Labor Day weekend when a group of 7 handicapped adults camped out here at Featherly Park in Orange County. 2 wheelchairs were stolen in all. The motorized chair is worth about $8,000, and a missing lightweight sports chair is valued at $4,000. This morning, police are looking for a white cargo van that was seen near the victim's campsite.
The countdown continues in Florida this morning toward tomorrow's scheduled launch of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. NASA says it is ready to scrub the launch again and move the shuttle to safety if Hurricane Luis poses a threat. Technical problems already have forced NASA to cancel the launch twice before. Right now, it looks iffy for tomorrow's launch. We'll keep you posted.
A Russian space capsule and the Mir space station are working smoothly together this morning in space. The capsule and Mir docked yesterday. The space station's turning into a virtual international hotel for space travelers. You'll remember a U.S. astronaut recently spent a few months on board. Yesterday, 3 cosmonauts arrived from the Soyuz capsule. They were greeted with hugs from the Mir crew as they entered the space station through this little narrow hatch.
In the Caribbean, Hurricane Luis has been downgraded to a tropical storm for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, but hurricane warnings remain in effect for the British Virgin Islands. In Puerto Rico, people went to shelters for the night, but that island is yet to feel the storm's full fury. Forecasters say Luis appears to be turning away from Puerto Rico, and it might miss the U.S. mainland altogether.
That would be good news if that happened. The people in Puerto Rico this morning in the U.S. Virgin Islands have to be happy that the worst is gone for them.
Yeah, that's a serious storm. Let's check in now with Christopher to find out what we can expect and also the latest on the hurricane.
Yes, indeed. We've got our old hurricane here, Henriette, which has just been downgraded to a tropical storm, but that is going to be our surf maker. Good to see you, Southlanders. Let's open up the AccuWeather window. There's our live shot. Take a look at the numbers. Civic Center right now is at 76 degrees, moving all the way down to Riverside, which is at 71 and mostly clear skies. The maps are in motion. Take a look at Henriette. This is what she is doing. This is the top of the storm right now. And as you can see, bands of moisture in the way of clouds are spinning off, just like bands of energy are spinning off of former Hurricane Henriette. And as it makes its way towards land, it is increasing our surf around Southern California. Now, yesterday's surf in Southern California started to flatten out a little bit, but over the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to see our surf starting to build. Now, you can see the storm here. We're calling it the storm. This is Luis, and it is slowly starting to make a trek towards the north now, which is good news for the folks there, hoping that it'll move into cooler waters and eventually die out before it reaches or gets too close to land near Florida or the Carolinas. Coming back to Southern California, these are the highs for today. We've got a heat wave. The heat is still on, and problems with smog as well. Be back in a little while with the rest of the AccuWeather forecast. See you soon.
Okay, Christopher, thanks. We'll be here. Meanwhile, we need to check traffic right now, and if you're coming from the Inland Empire west this morning, you're going to find the usual heavy spots on the 60 and the 10.
Tough going. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning indeed. Very heavy traffic now coming in on both the San Bernardino and the Pomona Freeway. Little trouble on that Long Beach Freeway to watch out for as well. Southbound 710 at Atlantic Bandini, 3-vehicle injury collision. That is still clearing out of traffic. City of Industry, Pomona Freeway westbound. This is right at Crossroads Parkway. Accident now clearing to the right shoulder, but you're stuck in some pretty heavy traffic now back to Hacienda Boulevard. And at Echo Park, Hollywood Freeway southbound on the Alvarado on-ramp, 2-vehicle collision, and that continues to clear. Please just buckle up and drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Kent, Kathy.
We'll check back, Paul. This is back to school week for Southern California students. We've been saying coming up why those student backpacks may not be so safe.
Also, as many children head back to school, they could discover a new health problem, allergies. Our Dr. Bruce Hensel has that story just ahead. The time, 6:10.
Welcome back at 6:13. A beautiful picture. The sun not up just yet. Already 76 degrees downtown. There could soon be a new AIDS drug on the market. The drug company Hoffman LaRoche has applied to the FDA to market sesquinavir. That's a new compound that attacks the reproduction cycle of the AIDS virus. Approval could come within 4 to 6 months, so this is a story worth following. Kathy?
Well, now that school is starting, you might notice your children complaining about back pain. If they do, take a close look at what's in their backpacks. Children use the packs to lug everything from school books to lunches to games, and they can get heavy. They can throw your child's back out of alignment. Doctors say make sure the backpacks are loaded evenly, that the straps are padded, and your child wears comfortable, flat-soled shoes when toting them.
And not with the hair underneath the shoulder straps either. As children do begin the new school year, many are experiencing other health problems they haven't had during summer. This morning, our Dr. Bruce Hensel says all that sniffing and sneezing just coming out might be newfound allergies.
When I go to school, I can't concentrate. I keep on thinking about my nose.
That can make the kids irritable and really set them back in school. This year, pollens are the worst in a long time. Hot, moist days increase the number of allergy molds kids are exposed to when they come inside.
The same allergens we have in our house are in the school setting, and we need to think about that.
Antihistamines and decongestants work, but they do have their downsides. Now, kids get more side effects from allergy medicines than do adults. Decongestants make them jittery. Antihistamines make them sleepy. But this year they have new choices in the form of simple nasal sprays. One is called Nasal Chrome. It blocks inflammation. Now, the other, Flonase, is a safe steroid. Now, they're not for acute attacks. And pills and liquids are still necessary once the symptoms start. But the sprays may prevent the problems altogether. 1 to 2 sprays every morning. No stuffiness, no sneezing, no side effects. Dr. Bruce Hensel for Channel 4 News, today in L.A.
Thanks, Dr. Bruce. Already the middle of the week, short week because of Labor Day holiday. September 6th, we're going to move outside right now, see how this morning is starting to pick up.
First live picture coming from downtown. Some early commuter problems developing, coming in from the Inland Empire. Also on the 710, Paul Johnson's just ahead. He'll have the very latest for you.
Also, weather-wise, our heat wave continues. Now a beautiful live picture from Orange County. Will it ever cool off? Christopher is shaking his head. I think that's a bad omen. We're going to have an AccuWeather update just ahead.
Right now, here are the numbers in the latest Fantasy 5 drawing and the cards in the $5,000 deco hand. The time right now, 6:15. We're back in a moment.
$6:17. Christopher's brought in all these honey products we'll see in a second, including the candles that are melting. It is so hot.
It is really hot. Meanwhile, we have some trouble on the 710 and some other problems. Let's check back with Paul, and good morning.
Good morning. We're looking at the Hollywood Freeway. Have a problem. Could catch you a little bit by surprise now. Southbound on the Hollywood Freeway. It's right at the bottom of the Alvarado on-ramp. Two-vehicle accident blocking the bottom of the ramp. You can come up on that rather quickly as you turn the corner, so be careful. And in the City of Industry, Pomona Freeway westbound at Crossroads Parkway. Accident now clearing to the right shoulder, but you are going to be stuck in some heavy traffic now all the way back to Azusa Avenue. Please just buckle that seatbelt and drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Back to Kent, Kathy, and Christopher.
Thank you, Paul. What do you got there?
I am just overwhelming them with science. Did you know that honeybees have to travel more than 55,000 miles just to produce a single pound of honey?
That's incredible.
Did you know that the Egyptians used to pay their taxes in honey? Did you know that a honeybee is the only insect that produces food that people can eat?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Had a steak last week. I think the cow would be offended by what you just said.
Insect.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
This is why I kept doing so poorly on those tests
Your
in high school.
punishment, have a honey bear and have a honey stick and have this, and you guys play with, don't touch my bear. Let's go outside and we'll talk. Hey, this is Wally, my pal. He goes with me everywhere. Outside we go, we'll talk a little bit about the weather. Boy, you guys are just eating all that stuff like you've never seen food. Numbers, please. Downtown Los Angeles is 76. Ooh, I love that graphic. Barometer 30.00. As you've been watching, if you're a barometer watcher, and I know you are, it is rising now, indicating how strong the high pressure is building over Southern California. Hence, that is why the heat wave is here to stay for a while. Winds are also out of the east and that's the Santa Ana direction at 4 miles an hour. Relative humidity is 48%, telling us it is dangerously dry out there, so be fire safe today. 98 is what we're going for a high today. Average high is 84. Record high would be 102. That was set in 1955. We're going to come close to that record today. Sun rose at 6:30. It's setting tonight at 7:12. Looking at the numbers, are you doing some traveling today? Well, check this out. Chicago, 88 for a high today. New York at 88 for a high today as well. We're also seeing 89 for a high in Miami. Denver, Colorado, 85 degrees, 85 for San Francisco, 98 for downtown Los Angeles. Let's come back to the west. Check this out. This is the way it's going to be. This low-pressure system is too far to the north to help us. Henriette is no longer a hurricane, but a tropical storm, but still making things hot, sunny because of the high pressure, but higher surf because of Henriette. Sunshine around Southern California. Let's go to the forecast for today. I'll show you what's going on. Beautiful forecast map. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be a little smoggy downtown. It's going to be mostly clear around Southern California as well. Putting the maps into motion, you can see how Henriette is doing that monsoonal flow thing right up out of the south, and that is what's putting up all that moisture in Southern California, also giving us a chance for some tropical storms later on in our mountains and deserts. Moving on with the rest of the forecast, check out the highs for today around Southern California. We're going to continue to see 98-degree temperatures for places like back again. Kind of made you feel weird, didn't it? 98 degrees for Huntington Park, 99 for Fullerton, and we're also going to see 102 for places like Newhall. Here's the 5-day forecast. 98 will be the high downtown. Thunderstorms are a possibility as that thunderstorm system starts to move off of Henriette out in the Pacific right now, and then the forecast takes us into the 90s right through the rest of the week, into the weekend. That's when we start to cool off. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for leaving me some honey.
Can you say sugar rush?
Beeswax candles. I can chew on these. Thank you.
Thanks, Christopher. Now, this next is going to sound like a pun. It's not. An overnight sting operation uncovers more than $70,000 in stolen government checks.
Also, another appearance for Divine Brown, but this one takes place in the courtroom. Both of these stories on today in LA at 6:30.
And coming next, finding just about anything or anyone with just a few strokes of your keyboard on your home computer. 6:21.
Welcome back, everyone. The time right now, 6:24. We're live in Orange County. Nice skies, but it's going to be hot again today. Boy.
Indeed. And if you are watching as you're getting ready to make the drive off to school or to work, some slow spots to tell you about. Here's Paul.
Well, first problem we're going to look at is on the Pomona Freeway. We've had a bit of a struggle there. Pomona Freeway westbound, right at Crossroads Parkway. Now, we have an accident. It is clear to the right shoulder, but you're backed up in some pretty heavy traffic now all the way back to Fullerton Road. Echo Park, Hollywood Freeway southbound on the Alvarado on-ramp, two-vehicle collision. That is still blocking the bottom of the ramp. Long Beach Freeway southbound, Atlantic Bandini, Inslee collision there continues to clear. Please just buckle up and drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Kathy.
Thanks, Paul. An age-old debate rages on this morning in New Mexico. Is it art or pornography? Artist Candace Garrett was commissioned to do this piece for a company in Texas. It is so large she had to complete the work in her driveway in public. Some of Garrett's neighbors say the statue titled Sex is obscene and have complained to the local papers and to the police to get her to either move it or lose it. Police haven't yet decided what action, if any, that they will take.
Something new for computer buffs who like to let your fingers do the walking. This morning, Mike Wendland looks at the latest in CD-ROM software that lets you find just about anyone or anything with a few simple taps of the keys.
This just may be one of the most useful CD-ROM packages we've ever seen. It's a system that allows you to look up phone listings for friends, relatives, or businesses anywhere in the country, and then with just a few clicks of the mouse, to see their addresses pinpointed on detailed street maps. It comes from Delorme, the makers of Street Atlas USA, and their new multi-CD-ROM set offers a new version of the mapping program and Phone Search USA, a 3-CD collection of over 80 million home and business phones. While the phone search will work separately, its really strong point is the ability to link directly to Street Atlas. Thus, you can do things like, well, look up all of the hotels and motels in any particular town. Just type in their business code, you'll find their phone numbers, and then you can locate them all on a map, which you can then print out. Street Atlas USA and Phone Search USA cost about $79 each. Unfortunately, though, they're only available for Windows machines right now, and you'll be able to get them in stores in a few weeks. I'm Mike Wendland for NBC News.
And the morning news headlines are next as Today in LA moves now into our third half hour.
The San Fernando Valley is suffering a big increase in gang activity. We're going to show you why.
Also coming up, the best of the best on TV get together for the traditional party before the Emmys.
It's a warm morning outside across Southern California, 76 where this picture is being taken. Downtown Los Angeles, we're live. Later on, it's going to be sunny once again, still smoggy. More heat, there's a very high fire danger. Look for highs in the upper 90s, over 100 in a number of valley spots. 627, much more just ahead on Today in LA. We'll go on. And a very good morning to you. Welcome to the third half hour of Today in LA. I'm Kent Shock.
And I'm Kathy Barra. Here's what's happening on this Wednesday, September 6th.
A family dispute turns deadly. A woman shot to death by her husband in a Los Angeles courthouse. Now a new plan for better protection inside the courts. We'll take you there in a live report.
A mysterious murder overnight. A body is found inside an El Monte Elementary School. Police still on the scene this morning.
And the O.J. Simpson defense is on the offense this morning as the jury hears for the first time Mark Fuhrman using the N-word.
We are live at LAX this morning. All the morning's news, weather, sports, and traffic continue right now.
Now, Southern California's #1 early morning newscast. Kent Shocknick, Kathy Barra, Christopher Nance, Paul Johnson. This is Today in LA.
And good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us for our third half hour.
Hot today, hot tomorrow, hot the next day.
Exactly. That's my forecast. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. All right, let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. 2 weeks of a heat wave, can it be? Oh, yes, we hit 100 yesterday. We're going for a high of 98 today. 96 will be the high with thunderstorms added for tomorrow. And you can see Friday, Saturday, very little change. On Sunday, more of a relief from a sea breeze, but the high pressure still dominating, and that affects our air quality. I'll tell you how the next time I see you.
All right, you got it. Thanks, Christopher.
Now, topping our news at 6:30 straight up, arraignment scheduled this morning for the Woodland Hills doctor accused of gunning down his wife inside the downtown county courthouse. Today, Dr. Harry Zelig faces murder charges plus the death penalty if he's convicted. Our Kelly Mack is live at the courthouse right now where major new security measures are underway because of the shooting. Kelly, good morning again.
Good morning, Kent. The responsibility for security here at this courthouse and all other county court buildings will now be in the hands of the Sheriff's Department. It had been the responsibility of county safety police, but as we found out last week, that system was fatally flawed. There are 14 different entrances into the LA County Superior Courthouse on Hill Street. Not one has a metal detector. It's for that reason that 48-year-old Harry Zelig was allegedly able to carry a gun into this building on Friday and shoot his ex-wife at the base of this escalator. 40-year-old Eileen Zelig was shot once in the chest. She died a few hours later. This child, one of the estranged couple's children, witnessed the shooting.
It's a heartbreak. 3 children. It's really a heartbreak.
Neighbors wonder how there could be no security in a county courts building.
I mean, that to me is absolutely positively frightening. For someone who apparently had a restraining order against her husband, he wasn't allowed to come near the house. He wasn't allowed, if he came within a certain number of feet, she was able to call the police and they came immediately. But this woman at a courthouse is allowed to walk from one room to another with no security? It's unheard of.
On Tuesday, the presiding judge of the Superior Courts building addressed the Board of Supervisors.
I'm very concerned that we provide our citizens with the security so that when they walk into a court building, God knows if there's any place you should feel secure, it's in a court building. And we have to be able to provide that level of confidence for everybody that uses our court buildings.
Well, this morning it doesn't look any different here. There are just a few safety police that are at this entrance to the courthouse, but we understand that the Sheriff's Department is going to take a couple of weeks to get their new security plan in order. That new security plan would include metal detectors, we are told. Now, the court's presiding judge says that there is no money for these new security measures, but somehow they are going to find it. Reporting live from downtown, Kelly Mack, Channel 4 News. Back to you.
All right, Kelly, thanks.
4 suspects are in custody this morning following a sheriff's sting operation which netted several $1,000s in stolen checks. Sheriff's officials showed off scores of the stolen government checks this morning. Authorities got a tip about someone wanting to sell the checks, and undercover deputies posed as buyers. They made the arrests overnight in Lakewood and Bellflower. The stolen county checks are valued at more than $70,000.
A murder mystery still unfolding this hour in El Monte this morning. The body of a man found overnight on a playground of a local elementary school. El Monte police and sheriff's homicide detectives are working together on the case. Police first were called to the scene by reports of a disturbance. When they arrived, they found the victim already dead. Right now, police are not saying exactly how he died or if they have any clues at all about who may have killed the victim.
In the O.J. Simpson murder trial, the defense is expected to continue pounding away today at the alleged racism of Mark Fuhrman. They have called aspiring screenwriter Laura Hart McKinney back to the witness stand, and the defense told prosecutors they want former Detective Fuhrman on call for testimony today. In the meantime, the big question remains whether Simpson will take the stand himself. Court resumes at 9 this morning.
There's no announced plan to recall yesterday's witness, Kathleen Bell. Through Bell, the defense was able to first introduce evidence of Fuhrman's racial slurs for the jury to hear. Following her testimony, Bell revealed at a news conference she feels a conflict about the issues in this case, a conflict that she's been watching unfold now over almost a year in time.
It's a strong possibility that Mr. Simpson is guilty, and it is a fact that Mark Fuhrman is a racist.
Courtroom observers say jurors paid close attention to the testimony of Bell and others yesterday.
Gang-related homicides in the San Fernando Valley this year have already surpassed the total for all of last year. These pictures taken in Reseda just before midnight Monday. They show the scene of a double homicide. The victims were shot by 2 reputed gang members. They became the 38th and 39th people to be killed in gang-related homicides this year. Last year, there were a total of 29 gang-related homicides in the valley. Police attribute the rise in part to the end of a truce between 2 Latino gangs.
At 6:35, here now are some of the stories we're following for you today in L.A. NAACP leaders will lead what they're calling a silent march of protest in downtown Los Angeles today. Marchers will demonstrate against Judge Lance Ito's decision not to play the controversial Mark Fuhrman tapes in full before the jury in the O.J. Simpson double murder trial. And a conference today to set a date for the upcoming trial of Estella Marie Thompson, also known as Divine Brown. Brown gained international attention after she allegedly was caught committing a lewd act in public with British actor Hugh Grant. And lots of celebrities expected to turn out in Westwood tonight as Emmy nominees, past and present, gather for a reception at the Westwood Marquis Hotel. The reception will honor this year's Emmy nominees and past year's Emmy winners.
Time right now, 6:35. Time for a check on the weather. And Christopher's here, and you're talking record heat.
We're talking record heat. We're also talking pretty nifty surf. For the last few days, we've been seeing pretty nice surf, with the exception of yesterday. It started to die down. But because of all the tropical storms, tropical disturbances, and hurricanes we've had in the Pacific, our surf is starting to build again, mainly because of Henriette. Let's go outside. I'll tell you about the totally bodacious, gnarly, absolutely cool surf that's headed our way. Take a look at our live shot numbers, please. 73 for the low range, 98 for the high range. Record low, 48, set in 1898, way back when. It is 6:36. Let's take a look at the weather. You can see it's 76 degrees right now, barometer 30.00, relative humidity at 48%, winds are out of the east, a Santa Ana direction at 4 miles an hour, telling us again it is going to be hot. Hey, Wendy and myself, we decided we're going to try and give you something cool to look at, even though we can't change the weather. So we got this great ski scene from our graphics up in our local mountains, skiers, snow. Make you feel better? I didn't think so. All right, noontime, 91 today. 98 will be the high downtown Los Angeles. We tried. And this is the state map. You can see for yourself how warm it is, not just in Southern California, but San Francisco's going for a record high of 85 degrees today. You can see tropical storm Henriette. Still hot because of high pressure, sunny because of high pressure, but higher surf because of Henriette. This low pressure system is just too far to the north and too wimpy to really get down here and help cool us off with a stronger onshore flow. But this system is bringing rain showers to the Pacific Northwest, where they're getting rain and also cloudy conditions from this low pressure system. There's Henriette, and that's the moisture. Take a look. If we had some moisture in our air right now, we would see more clearing of our air quality, but it's very dry. We do have unhealthful air, no stage 1 alerts, good air quality to moderate air quality along the coast. These are the highs for today. 84 degrees for Santa Barbara, 102 degrees will be the high in Newhall today, and you can see 98 today, 96 tomorrow. Mike, do you have a little traveling music, some Stones? There you go. Santa Barbara, Zuma. That's 1 to 3, 2 to 3. Dana Point, San Diego, 2 to 4, 2 to 5. Surf will build, and thin morning clouds, but it will burn off. Crank it, Mike. Little head banging music.
Don't you like that new look? Your
love
maps
that.
and all of your temperatures?
They just kind of reach out and embrace you, don't they?
They're great. I
Now,
like
if you
them.
could just bring us some temperatures that we didn't mind looking at.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
High fire danger continues. Also, some problems on the road.
Yeah, let's check back with Paul. Good morning. How are things looking now?
Well, a little trouble down at the South Bay Curve this morning. San Diego Freeway northbound. This is just past Avalon Boulevard. We have an accident there. Still trying to get that cleared off to the right-hand shoulder. You're stuck in some heavy traffic back to the Long Beach Freeway. And the earlier problem we had on the Pomona Freeway westbound at Crossroads Parkway, that accident cleared down to the right-hand shoulder, but you were still stuck in a long line of heavy traffic now back to Fullerton Road. Please just buckle up and drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Back to Kent and Kathy.
All right, thanks a lot, Paul. Hurricane Louise changing course. We'll have the very latest on that. Also, pepper spray. It can stop an attacker in his tracks. Coming up, we'll tell you how it has become easier to buy and sell pepper spray.
And try this on for size. Jeans that can help give you some extra shape. We're going to show you what's going on here when we come back. It's 6:39.
Welcome back, everyone. We're live at LAX already. 71 degrees there. The time, 6:41. Well, you've probably seen stories on those so-called bust boosters. Well, now there are butt boosters. These are jeans that are supposed to give women perfect posteriors. The jeans don't have any padding. You actually supply that, but they are made of Lycra, and supposedly they work with what Mother Nature gave you. The cost, about $50, and you can already find them in some stores.
In sports, more punches than pitches thrown at an Astros-Reds matchup. Fred has pictures and scores.
Good morning, everybody. Out at the stadium last night, Dodgers nipped the Phillies 2-1. Orioles beat the Angels by a score of 8-0. Cal Ripken tied Lou Gehrig's record for consecutive games played, and he'll break it tonight. Last night in Houston, Astros and Reds. Baseball merging with wrestling. Houston's Brian Hunter thrown at by Cincinnati's Xavier Hernandez. That called for a group meeting. Benches emptied. Houston's Pat Borders wasn't running for the border. He was in the thick of it. Later, Reds' Ron Gant seeing red at the plate. He and Borders got into it, more than just exchanged words. Suddenly, it was full-scale Tuesday night wrestling, no holds barred. Benches cleared a second time. We're still not through. Hernandez hit 2 more Astros back-to-back, including Jeff Bagwell on his recently healed broken hand. You know what happened. These guys ought to know each other pretty well by now. The third brawl of the night, 6 players and both managers ejected. Houston won it by a score of 10-6. to 1. All right. That's it for now. Have a good day, and we'll see you later on the Channel 4 News at 4.
And more news ahead as Today in LA continues. Hurricane Louise changing course. We'll have the very latest on where it is headed this morning.
Also, exclusive home video of O.J. Simpson never seen before. Coming up, O.J. and Nicole Simpson at a family celebration. You're watching Today in L.A. on Channel 4 at 6:43. Quarter till 7 right now. If you have to be there by 7:30, you've got about 45 minutes. If you have to be there by 6:30, you're in serious trouble.
Let's check in with Paul. Good morning.
Good morning. You are in a bit of trouble if you're near downtown. Santa Monica Freeway westbound. It's just before the Harbor Freeway. Accident there blocking the middle lane. Already traffic quite heavy back into the East LA interchange. In Carson, 405 northbound. This is just past Avalon Boulevard. Collision in the center divider, partially blocking the right lane as well. A couple of vehicles there slowing you back to the 710. And in Vernon, Long Beach Freeway southbound, Atlantic Bandini, 3 vehicle injury collision there continues to clear. Just buckle up and drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Back to Kent, Kathy, Christopher.
And back to the record heat. Boy, it's really been bad, but the air quality improving just a little bit.
Just a little bit. No stage 1 alerts, but we're still seeing a lot of unhealthful air around Southern California valleys. Even up in some of the high desert areas like around Lancaster, we're still seeing some warnings for unhealthful air. Let's get into it. Let's go outside. I'll show you what's going on around Southern California. Lots of boys and girls going off to school, moms and dads going to work. It is going to be a warm one. Dress for success, but hey, dress for the heat. As we take that morning jog around the Southland, downtown's going to be hot, sunny, and smoggy today, as warm as 98 degrees. Moving on to Orange County, a few morning clouds, then hot and humid, especially in the inland areas, as warm as 100 there, about 80 along the coastline. For the valleys, hot, sunny, and smoggy. That says it all. 98 to 110 for the high range. And moving on to the beaches, morning clouds, then sunny and hot, building surf, and that's good news. Moving on also to the inland areas. Serious heat there, 95 to 120. Hot, humid with some thunderstorms later on this afternoon. High fire danger in our local mountains. Sunny, clear, and hot. Humid with some thunderstorms later on this afternoon there. And looking at the 5-day forecast, you can see the thunderstorms showing up for Thursday, but very, very warm today. And again, moms and dads, if you're sending the little ones off to school, a little wet blanket, squeeze it out just so it's damp. Give that to them. Let them take that with them. It'll help them keep them cool.
That's a good idea. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Christopher.
We have more weather news right now. In the Caribbean this morning, hurricane warnings have been downgraded to tropical storm warnings for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. However, the warning does remain in effect for other islands, including the British Virgin Islands. This morning, Kerry Sanders reports from Puerto Rico.
For those who went to shelters hoping to sleep out the hurricane, Luis is like the nightmare that won't go away. The slow-moving storm is yet to show its full fury in San Juan, Puerto Rico. A curfew went into effect last night. National Guardsmen are patrolling streets along with police. The orders are simple: prevent looting and tell anyone who's out to take a look to go back home.
That it's not a game, you know. This is something very serious, you know. That can cost him the life of all the family or something like that, you know.
Some residents waited to the very last minute to board up. They blamed it on a shortage of wood.
Stores today, I mean,
no lumber.
All the stores out of lumber, so you can go around and find what you can, all the scraps, and
that's what you've got here, scraps?
That's what we have here, yep.
East of Puerto Rico on the island of Antigua, there are reports that Luis has ripped off rooftops and flooded neighborhoods. At least 2 deaths there are blamed on the storm, with the possibility that Luis is going to move north. The hope here in Puerto Rico is that this hurricane has decided not to make a visit. In San Juan, Puerto Rico, Kerry Sanders, NBC News.
We have an exclusive look now at some home video of O.J. Simpson's personal life. It was taken during a crucial period in his marriage with Nicole Simpson. The Channel 4 TV show Extra obtained this video of Simpson at a party in 1991. It was his mother's 70th birthday. Simpson was joined by his then-wife Nicole and their children, Sydney and Justin. It is a portrait of a happy family. But during this time, Simpson's marriage was on shaky ground. It was 2 years after he pleaded no contest to spousal battery and just 6 months before his wife would file for divorce. Tonight, Extra will have more exclusive home video that gives a glimpse into Simpson's relationship with his children.
Very soon, it's going to be easier to buy and also sell the self-defense product known as pepper spray. Up until now, pepper spray has been tightly regulated in California, but now Governor Pete Wilson has signed a bill that allows virtually anyone to sell it. The bill also does away with training requirements for people who want to buy pepper spray. One major control does remain, however. Use of pepper spray for any reason other than self-defense can result in an assault charge.
And in San Bernardino, the father of little Wolfie Von Nester has been sentenced to prison for abandoning a boy in a mall. 23-year-old Wolfgang Von Nester Sr. and his wife had already pleaded guilty to child abandonment and desertion. 3-year-old Wolfie was found in a San Bernardino mall last June. His parents said they left him because they couldn't care for him. Each parent has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Wolfie Von Nester is now living with his grandfather.
There are some understandably jittery nerves this morning following a couple of sizable aftershocks in the Yucca Valley region inland. We'll show you how the first quake looked on our Channel 4 seismocam when it struck about 1:27 yesterday afternoon. The 4.7 magnitude shaker knocked bottles and cans off of store shelves but did little damage otherwise. About an hour and 20 minutes later, a 3.0 quake hit the same area. Scientists at Caltech say both were aftershocks of the big Landers earthquake 3 years ago.
And we'll get the latest on this morning's top story just ahead. Right now, the opening numbers on Wall Street for you at this hour. The index stands at 4672. The Dow up 2.5 points. Trading is moderate.
Also ahead, his legions of fans love to see and hear him do it his way. When we return, we're going to show you the chairman of the board who may be hanging up his hat.
Also, what to expect for your morning drive and weather. Beautiful picture from downtown Los Angeles. Paul and Christopher standing by. The time right now, 6:51. We're back in a moment. And at 6:53, we have the latest now on our top story this morning. A doctor facing arraignment today for the murder of his wife in a downtown courthouse. Meanwhile, big security changes are planned for that court. Kelly Mack is live in downtown Los Angeles with the latest. Kelly?
Well, Kathy, it was on Friday that we learned just how weak the security system is here at the LA County Courthouse. That's when Eileen Zelig of Chatsworth was gunned down as she arrived for a divorce-related hearing. Her 6-year-old daughter witnessed the murder. The woman's ex-husband, Dr. Harry Zelig, has been charged with the murder. He is scheduled to be arraigned today. In response to all of this, the County Board of Supervisors has voted to have the Sheriff's Department devise a new security plan for this and all other county court buildings. That plan may include metal detectors. Now, the presiding judge here says that there is no money in the budget for such things, but he says they will just have to find that money. Reporting live from downtown, Kelly Mack, Channel 4 News. Back to you.
Kelly, thanks. Right now, let's check up on the roads in case you're just about to make that drive. Paul?
Well, we have a traffic advisory in Pasadena. It's affecting you to drive on the Foothill Freeway 210. Westbound from Hill to Fair Oaks, carpool left lane closed for roadwork, slowing you back to Santa Anita. A couple of problems on the 710 Long Beach Freeway northbound at Atlantic Bandini. Multi-vehicle accident, 3 middle lanes closed. You're jammed back beyond Florence Avenue. And then on the other side of the freeway southbound, we have a 3-vehicle injury collision. That is in the right lane. Heavy traffic back to the Santa Ana Freeway. Please just buckle up, drive carefully. Paul Johnson, Metro Traffic. Checking that hot weather coming our way. Here's Christopher Nance.
It's sizzling, buddy. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go outside one more time, Southlanders, as we take our last look at the weather for the show. Here's our live shot. You can see at 6:55, it's still a sunny day. Those high scattered clouds that you see around Southern California are coming from that little rascal, Henriette. Yes, she's pushing moisture up as she starts to fall apart, going from a hurricane to a tropical storm, being downgraded. But she is also going to be a surf maker for Southern California. So Southlanders, wax up the boards, get ready. Larger surf is on its way. High desert's going to have some bad air quality today. No stage 1 alerts, but we're looking at some unhealthful air from the high desert all the way through our local valleys, even the Hemet Lake Elsinore area. In inland Orange County, they're going to have moderate air quality. Try Studio City at 103 for a high today. Newhall at 102. Ridgecrest, 90 degrees for a high today. Big Bear at 88 degrees, 104 for San Bernardino. Walking through the 5-day forecast, 98 today, 96 tomorrow. Yesterday, we reached 100 degrees. We have to hit 102 to get into the record books, but we will come pretty close today. Remember, have a honey of a day because September is honey month, but also be good to the school children. They're new at this, okay? The heat is on.
All right, thanks a lot, Christopher. Today's Hollywood news is coming up next, and could it be old Blue Eyes hanging up his mic for good? We'll tell you who's saying what.
Say it ain't so. That's all we want to know right now. What about the pretty woman leaving California for where, you ask? We'll tell you where when we come back. 6:56 on this Wednesday morning. We're back live now at 6:58 in downtown Los Angeles. Already 76 degrees in downtown. Some friends, Kathy, visiting from the Midwest, say they came out here and it's actually hotter out here than a cool spell that they're having in Illinois right now.
Well, you know, it's really true because I talked to some people in Texas where it's always hotter than us. But no, now we're hotter than them. 100 downtown yesterday, 98 today.
We're so happy. We're so proud to be able to beat Texas in the Midwest. There is no official word yet that Frank Sinatra is calling it quits, but those close to him say this morning it's true.
What has he got?
Could this be true, that you might not be hearing Old Blue Eyes singing this song, My Way, or any other songs in concert anymore? Talk show host Larry King says Sinatra says he's had enough and it's time to retire. However, King does also say Sinatra looks remarkably well for a man who's going to turn 80 in December.
And now this. Actress Julia Roberts is saying so long to Southern California. It seems that Roberts has a new home in New Mexico, and the star of Pretty Woman paid a pretty penny for her new digs. She reportedly bought a home on a 50-acre ranch north of Taos for about $2 million. The adobe house has 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, and an indoor swimming pool.
It's a lot like Christopher's guest house, isn't it?
That's right. We stay there all the time. He lets us.
The Today Show starts right now. We hope you have a good morning. Try to stay cool.
See you later.